Good day everyone, Complaining Gamer here. Are you ready for a review? Let's do it. Inversus is essentially a grid-based free-moving block-destroying game. The goal is to stay alive for as long as possible. The thing that makes Inversus different from other block shooters is strategy. There are strategies and techniques that you will need to employ, whilst also managing your ammo supply. I played Inversus on PC using an Xbox One controller, so my controls were the left analog stick, X, Y, A and B. Each button represents a shooting direction, so Y, A, X, B, up, down, left, right. Using a keyboard, the controls for movement are W, A, S, D, and for shooting you're going to use the directional arrows. Inversus seems deceptively simple, and whilst it's not reinventing the wheel, it does have some interesting twists, and it is fun to play. The game is effectively about two colours, black and white, where black can travel on white and white can travel on black. And red is a neutral enemy that wants to kill everything. This game is mental. The explosive red blocks are relentless. Think of it this way, imagine if you gave Pac-Man a gun and turned the ghosts into absolute psychopaths. Inversus requires strategy, but like any block shooter, your panic fire kicks in immediately, and you quickly realise that if that is your playing style, you have no ammo. I personally enjoyed the simplistic art style, and more importantly, it did not cause any eye fatigue. The gameplay is smooth and fluid as you would expect. The game does boast versus modes, both online and locally. As you progress through the arcade mode, Inversus does become progressively harder and more complicated. It introduces more demanding maps and enemies that can fire back. I definitely believe that the longevity in this game has to be in the versus modes, because as far as I can tell there are only 6 arcade maps. Alternatively, if you are a leaderboard junkie, you can spend many hours trying to get that top score. The gameplay mechanic is fairly straightforward, where the red explosive blocks inhabit 9 squares. If you enter this area, you will be destroyed. The longer you survive, the larger your multiplier, therefore your points. If you survive long enough, the game will introduce enemies that can fire back. This adds another layer of difficulty to an already hectic experience. Inversus is accompanied by electronic music, but it's fairly unobtrusive to the overall experience, where the game sound is given priority over the music.
Go!
Let's take a look at some of the techniques that you can employ during the game. There's a charge shot for extra devastation. Special ammo for a quick shot dropped by enemies in a time of need. Cluster damage due to the explosive blocks' proximity to each other. Charge shooting whilst protected in cover. The ability to parry an attack. And finally, using special ammo as protection. So there you have it people, a quick look at Inversus. If you like what you see, why not pick it up? It's available on PS4 and PC from the 16th of August for $15. If you were bending my elbow and demanded a score out of 10, I would say that Inversus gets a 7 out of 10 because it's a solid game but ultimately doesn't bring anything new to the market. If you want further information about Inversus, you can check the description below. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like, subscribe and come back for more content.